Alright, welcome to this HonCast.com presentation. I'm Breaky CPK and I'm gonna be your shoutcasting host. Joining me is Ep.3 of the HonCastMyself. And this is the TMM match 77563 and we have Team Weakness taking on Team Spirit Druid in this best out of one series. But first thing first, I'm joined by Phil. How are you doing, Phil? Phil? Phil. Oh, hope. Sorry, my mic was off. So, of course, I mean, I'm doing great. Like, you know, I'm always doing great, and all you said is right, Breaky. Well, Phil, I didn't really say anything yet. Well, yeah. Okay, so anyways, we have some picks queued up right here. We have Bombardier, so he's probably a solo mid, and Nighthound, is actually right-clicked on Mike, apostrophe, and then we see Parasite actually getting right-clicked on HonCastMyself, and Get On My Levels actually kind of like, he's not sure yet, you know, he's just like kind of right-clicking everything, and actually gonna pick Succubus. So we're gonna see some pretty decent lanes right here for the Hellborn side, and we see on the Legion sides we have Rampage, the Filer, probably for solo mid role. Actually, Pharaoh, Soul Reaper, and Blacksmith. So we're gonna see some pretty decent lanes. I mean, if the Filer doesn't solo mid, he's gonna be forced to actually lane, and the Filer in the lane is actually pretty bad. The hero actually needs the levels, you know. So we're gonna see how that comes out. Maybe they're gonna dual melee bot with like Blacksmith and Rampage, so it's gonna be interesting. In the meantime, we see actually Nighthound going top. He's probably gonna solo top, which is pretty good for a Nighthound, you know. Getting 6 really fast is very good, and then like you can actually stay in lane forever and like keep actually kind of pseudo-dominating your solo lane since you're actually getting levels, but maybe not that much farm, but anyways. So, we see actually Succubus and Moon Queen going bot, which is a pretty decent lane. I mean, 2 ranged heroes that have shit range, but for those who read the patch notes, we have something interesting right here. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Breaky, I actually like implemented this. Since I'm working for S2 right now, so like I was like, Moon Queen should get a range buff, you know? And everyone on the team actually agreed with me. It's just, why not, you know? So, I was actually thinking, like, she should get, like, a 35 range buff or something, or, like, 30. 30 is pretty good, you know? So we actually buffed her range from 320 to 350, which is, like, it changes the hero completely, you know? Moon Queen's a shit hero, now we see it picked in, like, every game, you know? Like, we see it picked this time again, so this is unbelievable. In the meantime, we see actually Parasite denying the mid creep, not choosing to deny the bottom creep, which is like he actually trusts his team to actually win the long lane, which is a pretty interesting decision. In the meantime, we see Pharaoh actually sniping both heroes on the bottom lane, getting them to actually, I mean, not being full HP, you know? That's, of course. So, in the meantime, we see Nighthound actually going an hatchet for the suicide, well, not really suicide, but just the outnumbered lane, we could say, and that's a pretty interesting choice, you know. We actually see the side lane solos actually go for a shield and massive regen and some totems, usually, but what can you do? I mean, can't argue with Mike. Like, he's the 6th member of the SDS team, so, I mean, we can't really argue with him. Like, this is pro team and I'm just a caster. So we see actually Pharaoh kind of soloing bottom for now, so we're gonna see what happens from there. Rampage soloing mid against Bombardier, and we see the Filer and Blacksmith top. So, you know, now we see Soul Reaper actually coming out of the dark to go help his team bottom. So Pharaoh, Soul Reaper is probably not the best lane doable, but I mean, what can you do? Pharaoh should have mid and like Rampage lane, but we'll see how Bombardier goes against him. We see actually Succubus getting initiated on right here by Pharaoh, but nothing's gonna come out of it. In the meantime, Parasite's actually getting some massive levels because he stacked the first camp. Actually gonna be level 3 really soon. It's actually gonna move in maybe for a gank on top. If he gets a Catman or something, Minotaur would be not bad. Succubus are actually already using an elk pod. This is pretty bad for the bottom lane, but the lane is really pushed to the tower, so they're probably gonna dominate anyways, even if they have low regen for now. You see actually Parasite failing miserably on the pull, and it's actually gonna go try to engage on Defiler. We're gonna see what this Nighthound does. He's actually gonna initiate right after Parasite comes in. Parasite's gonna auto-attack with his creeps, and Defiler's gonna fall for sure there. He's gonna get rooted by the Skeleton Warrior. Nighthound trying to get the last hit, but in vain. Yes, he will get it, and we see Parasite actually gonna try to slow this Blacksmith, but no chase. No chase is gonna happen because Nighthound is gonna back. Yeah, like it's obvious that the kill's not gonna happen. So Rampage actually probably charging a lane or something, but I mean no one's low right now except the bottom lane, who could actually die because the lane is really pushed. But I mean we're gonna see what happens here. They're actually pulling because Succubus bought no wards. Instead she went for like mass items and lose the lane build. I mean that's you could argue against that. Actually that makes no sense. What do you think about that, Phil? Well, I mean like you could say like +2 to all stats actually more worth it than winning the lane, you know? Like in my opinion, you just I don't know, Bricky. Like you should just get more HP and more damage and you know all that's good stuff instead of winning your lane. You know, yeah. Well, can you like maybe say something useful there, Phil? Well, I mean, I kind of explained it right there, you know, you just want more HP and like you want more HP and more damage and more armor and more attack speed. Like, what else is there to it? Well, Phil, you're actually losing the lane. Well, I mean, Bricky, you have more HP, what's the point? Anyways, Phil, we actually see some harassment, big harassment by Defiler, but we see Parasite's gonna try to actually move up with his Minotaur and actually gonna try to make it to that lane. Infest level 2, he might actually not make it, but in the meantime we see Moon Queen actually soloing bottom. Succubus back in well, actually has his Chalice now, but this Minotaur actually might get this Defiler. The Defiler's pretty low right now, but no it's not, and he's actually gonna get denied by the tower, or actually just killed because he's pretty terrible at this game. But anyway, in the meantime we see Nighthound almost level 6. This is gonna change the pace of the game actually for the top lane for sure, and we're gonna see maybe a little like kind of harassment with this Vulture Lord, but probably not. In the meantime, Rampage missing from the mid lane, probably ganking this bottom lane with this Succubus level 2, but we're gonna see what happens. This Parasite still pulling for his Nighthound guy at top, who's just sitting there for no reason, but in the meantime we see some initiation on Moon Queen. Pharaoh with a big wall on Rampage. Actually, Rampage probably might die, but no. All the nukes from the Hellboard, the Legion side actually kills this Moon Queen. In the meantime, big ult from Bombardier to actually pick off this kill. I missed it, but I mean we saw it happen in the chat, so this is pretty good. Parasite's already picking up his mana ring. Nighthound almost level 6 for sure. And this Parasite actually fell out on levels, just trying to stack for his Nighthound, and Nighthound's actually not really doing anything with it, but I mean, can't really blame him. A weird choice from the mid player actually going life tube as a mid player instead of bottle, which is really weird, but I mean, I can understand that when you have no wards. I mean, you're not gonna guess runes all game, you know? We see actually Defiler and Blacksmith ganking this Parasite. Parasite, I mean, he's even gonna miss his wave of death. Parasite actually coming in Ice Ogre, actually almost dying to creeps. Nighthound realizing his partner is in trouble and just blinking on the Defiler. Defiler's gonna take some harassment. Parasite actually coming back for no reason right there, leeching and is gonna run away. In the meantime, Rampage actually diving this Bombardier and is gonna die to the tower and the auto attacks right there. But right there we're gonna see Parasite fall very shortly to the wave of the Filer and Blacksmith stun. In the meantime, Nighthound actually farming top, being useful as always. And we actually see Succubus picking up the levels, I mean being level 4, so he's actually picking up on the game right there. So level 4, 2 level 4s versus 2 level 5s. Actually, the whole Legion team is level 5 except for Rampage who soloed mid, so I mean, can't really see they're losing too much right now, but I mean they have no real farm. Boots on Moon Queen, boots on both heroes actually, which is pretty huge. So Bombardier actually wrecking mid, from what it seems, with 2 kills, 2 deaths on the other side's mid, so this is going pretty good for Hellborn mid player, who actually picked up a bottle with his life tube and his archers. Rampage charging bottom, actually gonna turn around and Bombardier missing his bomb right there. Rampage turning around on this Moon Queen. Pharaohs yet again mummy walling, landing a good mummy wall and screwing up a few players on the Hellborn side. And Rampage finishing the Succubus and gonna finish the Moon Queen as well with his big proc, getting a double tap and actually probably picking up some farm right there, which he needed badly. So we're gonna see right here Parasite pulling the creep camp so he can get another big creep. And actually gonna try to gank this Blacksmith. This Nighthound's at level 6 now and actually pulling the creep with the Minotaur and blocking this Parasite, but he's gonna get a stun anyways. But the Filer's actually silencing both of them. And the Minotaur, not enough to get a kill right there. In the meantime, I missed a kill on Bombardier Bombardier, Soul Reaper actually killed Bombardier right there. So, I mean, not much you can do. Actually, assisted by this Rampage, so can't really complain. He's been a pretty decent player. In the meantime, Succubus actually getting harassed by the Rampage right there. Nothing's gonna come out of it. Nighthound still leveling. I mean, still not sure what he bought on the chicken. Actually, he bought some plus 10 agility item instead of actually finishing his threads, his power or whatever, steam boots. But I mean, can't really complain right here. I'm not Nighthound. And we see Bombardier actually gonna try to gank top, actually not landing his bomb again, but he's gonna hit 2 people, or not, is he gonna blow it? Yeah, Blacksmith being pretty low right there, getting slowed by Parasite, Parasite giving some mana to his team and getting a kill right there. Bombardier actually wasting his stun and his ult. He's probably pretty angry about that now that Pharaoh actually walled him, but he's gonna blow the bomb right there and get the kill. We see the Filer actually getting manged upon right there by Parasite. Parasite dropping some Fade macro with Frank Sinatra song on it for some reason. Bombardier actually running away from this Rampage, who's gonna get slowed by Parasite shortly. And that's gonna be the cue for the team to actually go back. He's gonna blow the bomb. I mean, what's this Rampage gonna do? Try to kill this. Yes, he's actually gonna probably kill this Parasite right there, but Parasite's actually gonna come in a Warlock. Parasite's Rampage still manning up on the Parasite and actually gonna kill him. Bombardier doing the best he can with his auto attacks, but I mean too many wasted spells right there. Rampage actually potting up and he's gonna pot up fully. We see Succubus probably gonna ult this Rampage right there. Or maybe not, I mean it's not gonna do much. Actually CCing the Blacksmith, ulting Rampage, is probably gonna nuke him right after, but the stun comes out too fast and he's actually gonna pick up the Rampage right there. Moon Queen and Nighthound finishing the Blacksmith who helped killing Pink. So this is a pretty good fight for the Hellborn side, who actually killed quite a few heroes right there, at least 4, maybe Blacksmith twice. So they can't be too mad about that. Succubus actually maybe gonna get waved by the Filer. The Filer's not gonna man up on him. Nighthound scouting like the Nighthound he is. I mean, this is pretty good play. Parasite getting a second Minotaur of the game. Actually gonna come top, but Succubus is actually gonna back because of his low HP or not. I mean, he's gonna man up and actually get a nuke off on the Filer, which is pretty big right here. If Parasite can stun, actually 4 people top right there. That's Parasite's excuse to back out. Succubus will back out and TP back in probably right there. So we're gonna see probably a big team fight top happening. Moon Queen still static farming bot is pretty good. I mean, she has no ult, so she's pretty useless at top. We're gonna see what happens here. The tower's probably gonna fall. This Parasite can't really defend with his... He needs a Vulture Lord right here, and he's actually gonna get it. Just ask for it, you know? Just ask for what you want, and you're gonna get it. So, the Defiler actually ulting the tower, I mean... There's not much you can do. And we see Bombardier dying again to this Rampage. I mean, Rampage had a pretty slow start. It's actually gonna do pretty good later in the game. We see this Tornado doing massive damage to the whole team. Nighttown just staying in the back, and the tower's actually still not killed right there. The Tornado's slowing the whole team, and big deny by Succubus right there. That's the cue for the Vulture Lord to actually back out. The Blacksmith's actually not stunning it for some reason. And we see the whole team is really low. No one's TPing. Moon Queen's not TPing. Pharaoh actually missing his stun on and Invis Rampage right there. Moon Queen stealing. And Rampage gonna fall for sure right there. Yes. Oh, huge ult actually by this Bombardier to pick off, I mean, actually do some real damage to the whole team. We're gonna see Parasite actually getting a Vagabond right there to increase the move speed and probably gonna nuke this Soul Reaper down for sure. Reaper's still running. Yes, still running. Yeah, actually getting minus 100 mana. Getting slowed by Parasite right there. No mana for Soul Reaper. Gonna get killed by the Succubus, and yet again a big fight for this Hellborn side with the big ults from both Succubus and Bombardier to actually secure some key kills on Rampage and on the old team for Bombardier's ult. So, pretty amazing. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Bricky, I mean, it's like you couldn't stop talking right there. I mean, I couldn't wait to actually, you know, show my thoughts about those fights. You know, it went well for sure. Well, Phil, like, what do you mean? Well, I mean, like, you know, the Hellborn side won that, so it kind of went well right there. Bombardier actually blowing his bomb early right there for no apparent reason, and he's not gonna get chased. So yeah, Phil, like, why did they win that fight, you think? Well, you know, I mean, I don't know. So Bombardier actually landing a stun on a sleep target. Big multicast on Succubus by Blacksmith. Succubus actually getting back up on HP, and Rampage picking off some people yet again. Actually killing Moon Queen alone on top rune. Maybe a rune was involved with that, but we couldn't see. Blacksmith with no mana actually getting attacked by Goatar and slowed by Parasite right there. But this Soul Reaper is actually gonna ult this Parasite. Nighttown's actually focusing no one, to be honest, and Parasite picking up the last hit right there on the Soul Reaper while Nighttown actually kills this Blacksmith. So still a few people alive, actually just rezzing because they're so low leveled. Defiler actually getting nuked really hard by the whole team. Bombardier missing a stun yet again. He needs to start landing those because that'd be a kill on Defiler. Nighttown kinda wants to man up. He should just pounce it and kill her in one shot, but he's gonna get charged by this Rampage and actually gonna die one shot. Succubus is pretty deep shit right there as well. So this is a cue for the Hellborn time to back out. And yes, 2 deaths right there. It's pretty bad news for the Hellborn side, but I mean, you can't do much right there. Brown actually like being mad at this Nighttown, you know, like yelling pounce, you know, pounce, you know, in like he couldn't actually get him to pounce in time. So decent play right there. Moon Queen nuking the Soul Reaper, actually gonna chase for a bit, but the tower, the first tier tower is actually gonna fall. Rampage slowed by this Parasite. Parasite giving some mana to his team, but I mean, it looks like the Legion side is just gonna back, getting their tower and backing after. This is pretty a very good play for them for sure. Smart plays. Well, the Hellborn side actually makes some blunders right there. Hellborn, it kind of looks like the Hellborn side is like, it's like they feel they are in the mid wars game, you know, they just keep going mid. mid, and you know, it might not be the best plane for them. We see Rampage actually using some dust right there, thinking Nighttown is on them, but no, Nighttown is farming bot, like AFK farming hard, so... I mean, pretty bad decision by Rampage right there to put him 1 minute cooldown on his dust, but I mean, Nighttown's not gonna capitalize on that, you know, he's just gonna farm bot, farm away. You see right here some concentration in mid. It kinda looks like both teams actually think they are in the mid wars. Rampage actually charging Bombardier. Bombardier getting ulted by by Pharaoh. Bombardier landing in Parasite right there, actually picking up something big ult by Bombardier. Pharaoh getting max stun on the and big sleep by Succubus right there. Max stun on the Pharaoh, but Succubus gonna sleep his teammate for no apparent reason. Bombardier still chasing, slowing down the Soul Reaper, missing his stun yet again. I mean, this is huge. Pretty good fight right there. Just one person dying on the Hellborn side, but still not capitalizing on the real amount of kills they could have had right there. But can't blame them. I mean, a one fight is a one fight. So in the meantime, Nighttown actually kind of pushing bottom lane, but nothing is probably gonna come out of it if the respawners actually TP bot. We see Defiler yet again getting stunned by this Bombardier. He's probably sick of that already, but what are you gonna do? So yes, Defiler actually staying mid with very low HP. Parasite can nuke him to death, and that's what he's gonna do right there. He gets stunned by Blacksmith, but the tower is not enough damage. So no multicast for Blacksmith, pretty bad, like unlucky right there. But I mean, it's not really unlucky. It's more like not lucky, not lucky. So, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, breaking. Oh, what did you see? Rampage actually, Soul Reaper actually ulting right there. 2 ults for this Nighttown. Poor Nighttown. And then in the meantime, you know, Succubus actually killed by this Pharaoh who probably ulted on him, and then oh my God. Bombardier, you know, like bombing this guy down, serial killer streak, you know, 6, 3, 10 assists, you know, Bombardier actually destroying this whole game, and we see Parasite actually trying to gain this Blacksmith, actually missing his spell right there, but coming out of his minion and actually getting some TPs on him, but that's enough to get the tower, you know, so this is so much action, Breaky! Oh yeah, for sure, I mean, this game is intense, you know. 35 kills in 19 minutes. That's more than a kill a minute, you know. Oh yeah, for sure. That's a pretty big match right there, Breaky. Yeah, I know, Phil. Thank you. So, anyways, item-wise, this Bombardier actually looks like he's going for Nullstone right here, which is, I mean, not the best item, not the worst either, you know. Can't get ulted by Soul Reaper. Blacksmith can remove it. Rampage can remove it, but that like removes some of his like versatility, I guess. So this is, I mean, probably a good choice of item. Nighttown actually finishing his Hellfire Blade. Too bad he has no Steam Boots because he's still gonna hit for shit. Succubus actually going in the Neophyte's book, so he's probably trying to get a push stick or a Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit actually got nerfed in the last patch. What do you think about that nerf, Phil? Well, you know, that nerf was actually another idea of mine. You know, if you actually nerf the duration like 0.5 seconds and just make it so when they come back on the ground they actually can't use items, that kind of makes it better, but not that much. So you can actually say that was a kind of good nerf, you know. Like it's not actually better. I mean, I said better, but it's not better, but it's not better. So yeah, actually what happened right there is S2 making the 5-second cooldown on the return time when you come out from Storm Spirit, so you can't actually like Storm Spirit someone who gets jumped, who has a BKB and just gets like stun locked. So I mean, it's decent, so but I mean, you have 0.5 seconds to actually stun the target that you wanted to kill already. So I mean, decent nerf, not the best probably, but you can't say it's bad either. Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant. I mean, that's I mean, that's pretty much what I meant. You just summed it up, Ricky, you know.
The Legion have destroyed,
like, if I had to actually say that again, that's what I would say again, because that's actually already what I meant. So, alright, thank you, Phil, for that competitive insight. So, in the meantime, we see the Legion side actually taking the bottom tower, but trading for the Hellborn sides. Like, they both took their respectively long lane towers, we could say. And, actually, the Hellborn side, Legion side actually manning up on the Bombardier behind the tower and actually gonna get the kill at the second tower, which is pretty big for them. So, I mean, the Hellborn side is actually just gonna AFK farm, it looks like, and we see Rampage diving this Night down very hard, and Moon Queen actually gonna try to ult, but getting interrupted right as she ults. The Filer is gonna fall to Parasite ulti, and we see right there Rampage trying to kill this Parasite, but Parasite got a kill right before killing this Defiler. With no Defiler ult, I doubt they can actually take this tower, but Succubus is just AFK pushing this top tower with no TP in her inventory, so this is pretty bad for the... Pretty bad for the Hellborn side. Who's gonna lose a base tower right now? Nightown not doing anything with his permanent invisibility. Actually getting a huge deny on the base tower, but I mean it's too little too late, you know. Losing the base tower is just terrible. So we're gonna see how the Hellborn side actually comes out of this hole. Succubus still top. I mean, it just kinda looks fun though. I mean, I can't really blame her right there, but you know, so this Bombardier actually going no boom dust build. I mean, I mean, Phil, help me out there, out here. You know, well, you know, I remember actually trying my no boom dust build in like my games, you know, which are pretty high level pub games. You mean 1100, Phil? No, I said high level pub games. So, anyways, that doesn't matter. I mean, the rating doesn't really matter here. So, I tried going no boom dust and actually went 0 and 7 solo mid, but I mean, that was just bad luck, you know, bad luck on the runes and stuff. So, I mean, it was just 0 and 7, so it's just like a pretty good game for me, and like, they actually, like, I could tell this build was good. Like, maxing bombardment instead of boom dust, I could... Just math-wise, I mean, it's actually better, you know. You can do, like, 250 damage or 400, so, like, what's... Like, just do the math. Doing 250 in a slow is way better, you know, for sure. So, yeah, we see right here Soul Reaper getting picked off by the whole team, pretty much. Parasite, I mean, just manning up on him, and... The whole team, except for Nightown, is actually, like, we could say, like... No, okay, so... Just keep it at that. So, we see Parasite actually finishing his Codex level 2, Mike, apostrophe, and actually finishing his boots, making some power treads, steam boots. And that has to be the right choice right there, Phil. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we actually saw power treads getting picked on many heroes in pretty much every game of this genre. I mean, like Dota and Han, and yeah, for sure the best boots, the best item actually, cost-wise, for sure, without a doubt. You know, so we see Parasite actually keeping his skill to KS right there, which is, I mean, you could say bad manners, you could say just actually trying to take the game away himself, because, I mean, we're gonna see what happens here. The Hellborn side actually losing top tower, Parasite TPing out, actually gonna try to deny this, but this is gonna be a pretty hard deny. Actually, no, not really, because if you're not bad, you actually checked once, and you know the damage that the catapult does on the towers. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember the first time I realized that ballistas and catapults do 20 damage on a tower. Actually, Phil, I think that's not right. What do you mean? I mean, I'm here for competitive insight, you know, I know this. Well, Phil, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's 30 damage. I mean, we just saw it on the screen. Catapults do 30 damage on the towers. Ricky, Like, if you're just gonna come here, cast while you're drunk, and just spewing out random facts about the game and making, like, us look unprofessional, you might as well just stop casting. I mean, I can take this alone, for sure. Alright, Phil, I mean, you must be right. I mean, you're here for a reason, Phil, so... we see right here, Parasite actually finishing his Codex level 4. This is pretty good for him. The Legion side actually, like, going bottom to gank someone, but there's no one there. Succubus could actually TP out in 20 seconds. We're gonna see what he does right here. And, Nighttown actually manning up on the other team. Good thing he's Invis. And... the Legion side actually did that for no apparent reason. Succubus doesn't even have to TP out. This is pretty... big waste of time for them. Rampage still picking up. Like, he has 4 dusts in his inventory. What do you think about that, Phil? Well, I mean, I think you know this one, Breaky. Yeah, actually, like, I thought about it, and like, I mean, you know, I thought about this actually yesterday, you know. Like, why would you buy 4 dusts when it has a 1-minute cooldown, when you can buy, like, maybe 2 or 3 counter wards and actually use them all when you need to? Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, Rampage charging on Moon Queen. Moon Queen trying to get her ult off, getting silenced by the... No, the Father missing her silence. We see actually Parasite manning up right there, and actually bad decision right there on actually going on this Rampage, who's pretty tanky right now, finishing his own out of Legion and his Shaman's address. So Nighttown we see right here, he's gonna try to finish the Pharaohs, being ulted by Succubus. Bombardier actually getting stunned right there by Blacksmith. The Father ulti doing some massive damage and finishing the whole team. So only 1 death for the Legion side, who is Pharaoh, and Succubus being the only person alive for the Hellborn side. So this is pretty bad news. They could actually kick bottom racks pretty easily if they're gonna try to backdoor right here. Well, this is big for the Legion side, you know. We're gonna see what they do. And we see right there the new modification on the helmet of Black Legion. So, yeah, we see actually Bombardier actually spreading out knowledge because he's the leader of the team. So Weakness is seeing, you know, I mean, we've seen him time and time again, you know, just being smart and stuff. So he says, like, Succubus, you need to CC this Rampage, and this, I mean, it's just for sure. Succubus actually having a tablet of command as well to cancel the Rampage ult, so we need to see that used again. We see Moon Queen actually manning up right there, but she still has her ult, so we can see something happen right there. The Rack's actually getting defended right there by the Hellborn side, and they're gonna back up right as soon as a few people resurrect on the Hellborn side. The Legion side actually back up right there. So, I mean, we saw some pretty bad team fights right there. The Father actually camping this Ace Rune. If he gets it and Parasite just steals it from him, he's gonna die for sure. We're gonna see what he does. Maybe Parasite's gonna scare him with his catapult and then steal it from him. This could be interesting. Actually, doesn't even pick it up, and Parasite picks it up easily. Slows him down, and we're gonna see what happens here. And he gets just nuked down with this Codex. This is a big opportunity for the Hellborn side to actually push something right there, but no one's actually being active. I mean, they pushed down the bottom lane, but that's not enough, you know. And we actually saw on the courier there was a Mystic Staff that would have been a very huge steal. We're gonna see what they do right now. Blacksmith actually being mid, and Parasite kind of feels like going on her with his Ace Rune. And he's gonna go on him, silencing Nighttown and Codex him. So, but we see right here Rampage actually manning up on this Nighttown, but nothing's... Oh, big purge by Nighttown and chased by Parasite slow, and Rampage gonna fall right here for sure. Parasite picking up another kill right there. Big bomb by, and Bombardier actually blows it up right this time. Even if he missed it, he's actually getting the damage right there. So 3 people down for the Legion side, and this is big for the Hellborn side. Gotta try to pick off this tower for sure, and maybe Rax right there. Without Rampage, the team does not much. I mean, it's not much damage. The Filer can get one-shotted by this Parasite, so we're gonna see what happens here. And getting bombed by Bombardier actually, who's gonna not blow the bomb yet, but I mean, Parasite's gonna get there and nuke him. Pharaoh getting ulted by Succubus right there, getting shut down right there, and Bombardier actually landing his stun yet again. So what are they gonna do right here? This is very bad. Blacksmith being the only person up. very, very bad for the Legion side, and this is a Rex for sure if people actually man up. Succubus actually big sleep right there on the blacksmith. Bombardier actually missing his bomb right there somehow. This is probably like a Sam frame bug or something, like sleeping and canceling the bomb animation. So kinda looks like the team can't really push this. Multicasted on Succubus. Rampage being back up. He's gonna get ulted, so he can't ult right now. But I mean, this blacksmith's gonna come right there and finish these people. Ult by Soul Reaper on Moon Queen to finish it off, and too much. That was too much pushing for the Hellborn side. The rune actually being bottom, according to Bombardiers, you can get it. Like, this is pretty safe. But no, Rampage actually getting it, and this is the cue for Bombardier to get out of there fast before he dies. He might actually die right there, and that'd be big pick off for the. That'd be a very big pick off for the Legion side. We see actually Parasite needing to TP out right there. He's gonna TP out, getting his last level Codex, and actually probably getting a Void Talisman right there to make himself immune to Rampage for a little bit. So we're gonna see a huge defense attempt who's probably gonna make the game what it is for the rest of the game. But they're not pushing. They might actually try for Congo right there, which would be a pretty good timing because there's no wards on the map for the Hellborn side. We're gonna see what happens right there. Maybe they're just baiting outside of the base as well, because I mean all the Hellborn sides actually just like making donuts inside of the well or something. Can't really tell what they're doing right there. But we see actually Blacksmith being bottom, so that probably means they're just backing out. But I mean, they don't really need Blacksmith right there. We see Teal actually being all alone right there, and Nighttown's gonna blink on her and purge her, and this Parasite is just picking up the kills, you know, being there for the kills. We could say that's pretty stupid, but I mean, whatever. So we actually see 45 seconds on the Filer. This is the cue for the Hellborn side to actually try and finish those racks. They have no fortification left, and like, you really need to actually finish this right now, or actually get the melee racks at least. We're gonna see what they can do right here. Nighttown actually picking up some huge items, actually finishing up his Abyssal Skull and going for a Frostburn. I mean, we can't really tell what's going on right there, but actually Pharaoh, we see Nighttown like just dying alone in base and actually throwing the advantage the Legion side had and Hellborn side had, and forcing them to back out. This is pretty bad play right there by Nighttown. Rampage actually charging a Succubus, getting ulted by this Parasite, and I mean probably nothing's gonna come out of it. A big ult by this Bombardier to inside the Pharaoh walls, and we see actually right there Succubus killing the Rampage with her ult alone. Bombardier backing up, probably landing that bomb right there. Can't really see. He could blow it up on 3 people right there, and he's not blowing it up. He's not blow it up, Bombardier right there. He actually blows it up, and then backs out. Succubus can actually nuke someone there, or actually sleep someone there.
Hold it right
And
there.
bomb on Blacksmith yet again, but Blacksmith's gonna make the right decision and back out next to oh. No, he actually doesn't stun Soul Reaper right there. So Blacksmith, Bombardier actually like being there for the damage for sure, and I mean a big throw right there by Nighttown to actually die in the base alone. Like, he thinks the other team is not smart enough to actually put a rev ward down where they lost a tower. I mean that's just being overconfident, you know. Like, when you think you're good, you actually think the other people are bad, but it's not the case. So Succubus actually probably going for a Shrunken Head right here, which is a pretty good choice. I mean, apart from Rampage, no one really does any physical damage. We see Soul Reaper actually stacking the creeps and Bombardier not blocking it, even if he's invis. So pretty interesting play right there, actually just scouting the Soul Reaper. So Pharaoh finishing his Home of Black Legion and Shaman's Addresses, pretty much the same items as Rampage. Soul Reaper has a Nullstone right there. which is very easily countered by Bombardier. We can just use one Boom Dust and like just screw it over. So this pretty bad choice for their team. Bombardier actually getting AoE down while invisible. And Moon Queen still has a Shrunken Head only. She picked up a while ago now, so not much farm from that team. And we see Defiler actually stealing the rune off of this Bombardier. Parasite saving this Moon Queen right there by using her ult, so Rampage can't hold her. But Bombardier being greedy and farming in the woods while he's low HP, but they're actually pushing this middle lane, so he needs to come back in the base right now. And same for Nighthound and same for Succubus, and like it kinda looks like they wanna push this time. Pharaoh actually scouting with his mummy snot thing, so big fight coming up right there. We see right there, Defiler ulting, and this is very hard to stop. We're gonna see the fort coming out, and actually, Defiler gonna get Codex from 10 miles away, and big ult by Bombardier yet again. I mean, his ult has just been very good throughout the game. We see actually Moon Queen getting bursted down by Pharaoh and Blacksmith together. Yet again, Pharaoh doing some damage right there, but getting slowed down by this Parasite, who's probably gonna die right there. Double multicast on this Nighthound, who's gonna fall to this, which is pretty bad news. I mean, this Soul Reaper's gonna die right here, but I mean, too little, too late, or is he gonna die? Big lag spike by this Parasite, who's actually forced to back out because he has a shitty computer or something. So Parasite keeps chasing, kinda wants this Pharaoh, but Pharaoh gonna pick up this Invis Ruse and just sail away. So Blacksmith and Pharaoh actually surviving this big engagement, but this is good for the Hellborn side, who thought the game was over already. We see actually the bottom ranks getting pressured and Succubus just sitting in base like he doesn't care for his racks, but I mean, he's gonna recover from this. So we see Parasite actually getting a Wild Hunter creep for the first time in the game, and is actually gonna try to pick up this Defiler mid with it. Hopefully he's not gonna get charged by Rampage, but I mean, what can you do? It's probably worth it right there. Yes, he's gonna get it, but I mean, where's Rampage right now? Probably charging him already. Give up already. This is like big punch right there. Oh yeah, for sure, Breaky. I mean, I love those punches. It just makes me It just make me laugh. You know, I just can't stop myself. So, I mean, right here we see Parasite actually saving up from acting. He's probably gonna go for a Sheepstick or an Nullstone right here. I mean, what do you think, Breaky? What do you think, Breaky? Actually, you should tell me, Phil. Oh well, I mean, yeah, that's a Sheepstick probably. Okay, thanks, Phil. So we're gonna see what he actually chooses to go. His Void Talisman pickup was actually proven to be pretty bad. I mean, didn't have a chance to use it, but at the same time, Rampage leaving him alone because of it. So I mean, it's you can't really judge it. Can't really tell right now. So we see Moon Queen actually being DC'd and gonna get microed by this Parasite player. So the Hellborn team actually has 3 minutes to maybe pick off a Rex. Nighthound getting dusted by this Anasted Rampage, who's getting purged by this Nighthound. Nighthound should main up right there. He's alone, and the whole team is right behind him. But no, he's just gonna back up. We see actually Soul Reaper is gonna probably come up from the ramp right there or something. No, he's just staying mid, and mid, 2 people mid. This is easy pick off. And we see at the same time, like, we see the Defiler going for the rune or something, or just farming the Ancients. Like, this Pharaoh's gonna try to pick her off, but nothing's gonna come out of it. So this is still 5v5, but not for long. So they should definitely try to make something happen right there. We see Moon Queen right there, gonna try and ult in the middle of all the creeps, but probably nothing's gonna come much of it. Big lag spike the Parasite yet again, and forces him to actually do nothing the whole fight, which is pretty bad for his team. Pharaoh chasing this Parasite, and Parasite's just gonna get out of there, but Nighttown's gonna fall as well, so the whole team actually dies right there, except for Parasite, who just backed, and very bad for the Hellborn side. He's probably gonna lose right here. Actually lose 2 lanes at least. So actually it looks like the whole Hellborn side lagged right there, including Mayak apostrophe. So we're gonna see what happens there. And apparently there are 2 gay people in the Legion team, which is, I mean, it's nothing to talk too much about. It's good for them. I mean, they have adopted the baby as well, so very good for them, I guess. So we see the Hellborn team is pretty much screwed right here. Nothing much you can do. I mean, Pharaoh just tanking the tower like it's nothing. Moon Queen coming back from the dead, actually gonna get killed probably right here. Parasite getting mained up down by the whole team, but he's gonna pick off the Filer anyways, and actually gonna use Pharaoh's Mummy Wall at his advantage by jumping out of them. So Pharaoh maybe bad choice right there, but even if the team genocides, I mean, probably nothing's gonna come out of that. But maybe, I mean, you can't tell. The tower's down in mid. Kind of wasted ult right there by Bombardier, but we see a purge by Nighttown actually right as I was gonna say it, and we see Rampage actually falling right there, and the Parasite actually charging down the middle lane, going for the backdoor ASAP, getting a huge soldier from the other team actually who has Mega Creep. So we're gonna see what the team does. Moon Queen leaving, proving to be a pretty bad for them. We see the soldier actually probably gonna fall right there for this huge creep wave. Parasite wishing he still had Infest to actually take this catapult right there. Infest in 5 seconds and gonna take this Ballista, and maybe they can actually tie this middle lane. Nighttown actually not understanding the game at all and trying to kill the catapult. We see them using the fortification. Wild creeps are still alive, which is very bad for them. We're gonna see the Filer fall really fast, just getting melted by this Parasite. And we're gonna see the Legion side actually getting this Rax probably. And we see right there big leg spike yet again by this Parasite. Not able to do anything right there, and his team seems to melt to the Legion side. The Blacksmith just doing too much damage. This being a 4v5 now, this is pretty bad news for the Hellborn side. Nighttown still sitting at like Icebrain and Allfire Blade. Maybe that's because he picked up weird items at the start, but I mean, maybe not. That's just an hindsight thing, you can't really judge now. Succubus actually being really close to her shrunken head, but kinda looks like too little too late, you know. A lot of that's on the Legion side, but they're still, you know, they're still hard to kill. And with 2 lanes getting pushed in the base, this is gonna be pretty damn rough for the the Hellborn side right there, and they're probably gonna lose very soon, or actually just vote for a concede. We're gonna see what they do right here. The Legion side pretty much has free Congo anytime they want to try it, but it kind of looks like they're gonna just try to push top, which is, I mean, decent decision. You can't blame them for actually doing that, but we could just see them securing their wing, taking the Congo kill. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we see it happening a lot of times, you know. That's the important thing about getting Rax is... And we see actually Parasite just lagging out right there and getting killed by Rampage and Pharaoh, so this is pretty unfortunate for him. But he can buy back right there, and he's gonna buy back for sure. So we're gonna see what happens here. Rampage actually wants to kill this range Rax for no real apparent reason. We're gonna see the Filer actually probably gonna die right here to the nukes from this Parasite, but no, he's gonna back very well. But now he's gonna man up right there and gonna die for this Parasite for sure, and he just dies right there. 2 shrunken heads right now on the Hellborn side, which are kind of proving to be pretty decent. But I mean, Soul Reaper on the in a situation where the one team has more players than the others. This is just very rough for the other team, you know. And we see Rampage actually trying to do this Parasite right here, but is it gonna happen? Probably, maybe not. Yes, it's gonna happen actually. Parasite not able to get anything off right there. Actually, he will get the Codex right off on this Rampage, but it's too little too late yet again. Kind of feels like I've been saying that all game. And Parasite actually disjointing Blacksmith stuns or something right there, so... But, I mean, it's too little too late. GG well played. Coming out from light blue, we're gonna see if the team actually concedes right here. Big leg spike yet again, and this is it. Game over from John St. John, so good game for sure. Yeah, thank you, Breaky.
One of your structures is under attack.